planet where she's called. She grows wild. She grows wild. Rooted in truth, rising high. She grows wild.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you all for joining. Welcome to the first episode of Satin Kush Presents She Grows Wild. So this is a podcast where we're going to get into real life stories with real people, real men, real women, whoever want to come on and join and share about your life and share tidbits and pearls of wisdom that you can give to people of younger age groups, different generations, and things that will help the world, Craig. Yeah. So our first official guest is Miss Treva HisPoet Johnson.
Yeah. What's going on?
It is going.
Yeah.
It is going. I am so excited to sit down and speak with you. Having had known you a couple of years throughout the poetry community, I think it's so cool that you are just willing to be open and sharing your stories to help people, because that's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
We are going to communicate to help in this different medium.
Yes.
So I would first like to say again, thank you.
You're welcome. It's an honor to be here. I'm so excited for you. This is amazing.
I'm excited. I'm excited. So I first want to go ahead and jump into what I'd like to call just a little bit of the childhood scene for you.
Okay.
If you can kind of walk us through maybe earliest memories, things you like to do, what the world looked like in that moment,
right? What
you looked like in that moment, what you valued at that time in your life as a child growing up.
Wow, that's a loaded question for me, because so many traumatic things happened to me in my childhood, right? And it was hidden trauma, if that makes sense. Because so much of my childhood I actually don't remember. It looks like a black hole. Like, honestly, probably from 9 on down, I don't recollect anything. I can remember back to 11. And I think 11 is so a pivotal age for me because that's when I spoke out to my molester that I was going to tell. And then instantly everything stopped, right? So my childhood wasn't this loving childhood. Me and my dad are really close. Always have been. Me and my mom, we were not so close. We had a challenged relationship.
You grew up in a 2-parent home, as they would say these days?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. Mom and dad was there. 5 other children. I was the only girl for a long time. I had 2 brothers older than me. And the abuse happened in the realm of the siblings. My oldest brother, who was 11 years older than me, hit molested from a baby to 11 years old. So he was 22 when it stopped. I was 11. And it's so crazy because I can literally, the things I can remember from my childhood, earlier than 11 was like him saying he was going to tell on me in the midst of it. One time when, all of us were at the house, no parents were there. And I remember one brother busting in the room to get me out because my brother had locked me in the room with him, the oldest. I can remember one time sitting on the floor and I had a pink polka dot shirt on and I had a Big Mac. That was my favorite food. I was a chunky girl. I always been thick, my whole life. Either some variation of that, either the, smaller version of thick or the bigger version of thick, it's always been with me, and so, but when after 11, I remember just really struggling with my identity, struggling to feel pretty, struggling with my hair, struggling with my name, struggling with my voice, just to find out who I was. But at the same time, feeling like I had to be this jovial person that couldn't allow her feelings to show.
What did pretty look like those days?
Anything but me. Anything but me. My mom did not, I say it this way, I wasn't little girl.
Okay. That's a good bar.
You hear me? I wasn't. My sister was.
Okay.
She had all the pretty dresses with the petticoats and the can slips and the beautiful shoes and the pension and everything. And she didn't look like me. And my mom just didn't. I was not little girl by her.
What did society's pretty look like at that time?
Oh man, society's pretty look like thin hair that was movable, just being able to have things, wear certain things, afford certain things, have style. And I used to fantasize a lot of my earlier teen years when I started liking boys and different things like that. That was really, I felt like it was out of the scope for me because I never saw an example of a young boy or a boy my age being with a heavyset girl. And so I just started with some far-fetched things. So I spent a lot of my time, that movie Precious, with Precious,
Right.
I resonated so much with that. Because so much of when she would fade out and these white men would really love her, she'd have these fancy dresses on and they would just dawdle over her. That was my childhood. I fantasized about. I loved Ralph Macchio from Karate Kid. That was my first real wedding in my mind.
Okay.
I crushed hard on him. Him, Keanu Reeves, Johnny Depp. I would literally sit and dream of dream lives with them and dream of them loving me and, hugging me and telling me beautiful things.
21 Jump Street Journey? This is something. I'm just saying. So it sounds like you always had an imagination
to
run to.
Oh, yes.
Safe space.
Safe space.
Yeah.
Reading I would disappear. That's why I don't understand how kids don't read today. Because a book can take you to a whole nother world. And so it just opened some things up. It really did. So I used to like to read and fantasize and daydream all the time.
What was the family dynamics after the molestation was exposed in your home? Because now you have your siblings, so everybody's aware, and then you have your ancillary family, if you will, the aunts and cousins and things. For better like a word, did you receive any kind of family blowback, or was it something that as a culture we've been told to keep secret?
Right.
What did that look like for you as an 11-year-old?
Oh, I didn't say a word. I threatened to tell. I never told that I was 26.
You had made mention that one of your brothers busted.
Oh, but they didn't tell either. It was secrets. Yeah. Secrets. Nobody said anything. Everything was silent. It was secrets. And so then, when I just go on like I fell into the game of it. Act like it didn't happen.
Do you think that was like learned, or?
I think it was learned. My mom had issues with different things happening to her. And the one thing about it is I am a vocal person. Like for my children, I'll rather tell too much than not tell enough.
Right.
Because I didn't have that advantage. My mom was very guarded about what she went through as a little girl. And I could only think that had she been vocal and open about what happened to her, it would have helped me to feel free to either, number one, know I need to speak up for myself, and number two, keep my guards up, and number three, if something did happen, be able to tell that way earlier than what I did. I didn't feel safe enough to tell. I didn't feel like anybody cared. My mom, like I said, I wasn't precisely, loved correctly by her. So
Your dad?
my dad, yes, but my dad was, he was in the house, but he was Rolling Stone at the same time.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? They had a lot of issues. And a lot of, one thing I know about marriages, and when things are going on between the husband and wife, or mama and daddy, when kids are involved, then people mind their own children. They're not. You're so caught up in your jacked up relationship and strain and stress from that, you're not concerned. So things that really should have been right in my mama's face, she overlooked. To the point that when I did tell them at 26, I had a nervous breakdown.
15 years later,
all she did was gasp and say, "That's why," and never expounded, never said anything else about it, never even talked about it. Nothing. She went right along back into the routine of, "Oh, let's act like it didn't happen."
It sounds like she had some kind of inkling, couldn't put her finger on it, may have saw a behavior change or something.
And there was a time, the closest I came to actually saying something, like, even after when at 11 years old, when I told him, and what had that happen was, if I can speak clearly and freely, I was homesick from school, and my cycle had started that year, and my 11th year. And all I knew was that there was some correlation between pregnant and cycle. I didn't know, and sick. I didn't know what, I just knew kind of roundabout things. And so he was a babysitter. He was 22. And so I'm in school, and I'm laying in the bed because I don't feel good. And here he comes. And he gets all the way on top of me, trying to do what he was doing. And I was just like, "I'm going to tell mama." And he did that and got up. And that was it. Never touched me again. So I felt so stupid. Because when I saw how easy it was for him to stop, I was like, I could have been did that. And that really affected me. Even now, in my grown years of 48, it still has a bearing on me of different decisions. If I'm making the right decision, I'm still silent about many things. My silence is probably my biggest curse. Because I know there's certain things I know, and I just can't bring myself to say it, or I won't, or I don't know. It's just something. So it really handicapped me, and I've been working on it bit by bit, actively, on purpose. And I've done the work. I've done a lot of work on myself. I applied a lot of techniques. I trusted God, and He really carried me through. But it was a lot of things that really attached itself to that. And even after that day, I told, I can't tell you what happened after that. I have no idea. I draw a blank. I don't know. I guess I just went on into routine like normal. Never said a word until 26. And then there was a time I was really close to saying something. 16. And how it came out was my brother was married to a woman who had a set of twins. And one was a boy, one was a girl. And something happened, and the little boy had told his mama that my brother was coming, he walked in the room on my brother pulling his pants up, and the little girl pulling her panties up. And my brother was saying that didn't happen. And all I know is, I don't think I've ever been so petrified and close to having a panic attack in my life, because I knew she was not lying. And my mom was like, "That helpful." And my mom was like that. Like, she was really like, "Don't mess with her boys." You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And I'm listening to her literally down talk the mama and everybody, knowing that your son did that. And I didn't say a word.
Mm.
And I take that with me. And I hope, I don't know if I'll ever see a little girl again. Because I never saw her since that day. Ever.
So her mom believed her.
Yeah, they got a divorce.
They got a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. They got a divorce. And it bothers me. I carry that with me. Till this day. Because I know she wasn't lying. I know the boy wasn't lying.
Mm-hmm.
I know why would he lie? Come on, man.
That's a lot to lie about.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You gonna sit at they were what, 9, 10? You gonna fabricate that kind of story?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My mom was blinded because she wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
Voluntary. Mm-hmm.
So let's start at 16.
Mm-hmm.
So you were really close
Very.
to saying something, more or less kind of growing into your own advocacy,
Mm-hmm.
if you will, even at that age.
Mm-hmm.
But still the child within the child suffering from the trauma. In this moment, I hope that you give her grace, because she was still trying to find her voice, her childhood voice, even her adolescent voice, because they're older, you know what I'm saying? And then just kind of looking at the dynamics of everything, you know, building that advocacy, it took what it took.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that you still carry that, wow.
Yeah.
Seeing her, you saw yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wow. At 16, what does life look like now? So we're in high school.
In high school.
High school. I can take it. Would you like to take a sip on high school?
Yes.
In itself.
Okay.
High school. Woo. I know we kind of glossed over middle school a little bit, but high school,
Girl.
geez, a lot of the makings of happens in high school.
They do. They do. That is where high school. So it started off rocky. It did, because at 15, I ended up like falling and hurting my knee. I was in 9th grade. And I remember we were Jehovah's Witness growing up. That's another reason for the secrecy. We don't talk about those things. Right? That is one of the most detrimental religions in the world.
You know, we never heard about Jehovah's Witness being a thing. For me, say me, never heard about black people being Jehovah's Witness until Prince. But, you know, you knew who they were coming to knock on your door.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
didn't really know what the full makeup of, you know, of what the religion actually was.
Yeah.
I didn't learn a lot about them until Prince.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the Jacksons were Jehovah's Witnesses.
Really?
That was their family faith. They actually kicked him out. They disfellowshipped him when he made Thriller. Yes, ma'am. They kicked him out. They said it was demonic. Yes, ma'am. And it's so crazy because his mom is still a faithful witness. And so much money has been given to that organization. His money wasn't demonic, though.
Sorry, Jackson.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Money not demonic, though.
How'd you hurt your knee?
I slept at the Kingdom Hall. Girl, my granny gave me some shoes.
Wow.
As a granny, I took this lesson that I will never give my babies a pair of horrible shoes. My granny gave me a pair of shoes. I put them on, walked up to the thing. There had a pebble sidewalk. And I slipped the first time, and I was like, oh, you know, okay. But there was no grip under the shoes. So it was like, I slipped the second time, and my knee popped out of place. And so I never forget this, I started ninth grade, this is crazy, limping on a crutch. And I'll never forget wearing my brother's shoes. My mom and dad couldn't afford me no shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So I had these big old shoes on. And it looked insane. It was crazy. And I was so talked about. So bad. In ninth grade. They got ninth grade. They got ninth grade. They did. Kids. They're cruel. Wait. Treacherously cruel. Oh, man. You hear me? Girl. Oh, yes. And so, from ninth grade, that kind of helped shape and mold the person I was going to be as far as in high school, because while all of the people that look like me, my pretty brown skin,
Pretty. Gorgeous. Love.
treated me like shit. And all the people who did look like me clung to me. And really got to see my personality and wanted to be my friend. And so from there, I went to the big campus at Big Brook.
Okay.
And I became grunge. I was very grunge in school. Yes, ma'am. I loved rock and roll, like alternative rock,
Yes.
Metallica, heavy metal, like that was me. And so much so, to where the same people, my color, who didn't want to fool with me at Little Brook, now calling me sellout. And I want to be white. I'm like, damn, I can't please you niggas for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking you don't want to deal with me, you know. So my friend circle is this because this is who gravitated to me. And I'm like all people.
Niggas cannot be pleased.
They cannot.
They
cannot. And so that was the thing my 10th and 11th year. That's what they were saying. By 12th grade year, everybody was my friend. Everybody. Because I came into my own. I never got in drunk, nothing, no extracurricular, because you can't with Jehovah's Witnesses. My senior year, second semester, yes ma'am. So my senior year, second semester, everything kind of exploded. I was able to be in drama club. I wasn't in theater arts. I started the last semester. I made 4 festivals, and I had poetry, prose, storytelling, and co-script. I had all superiors.
Wow.
Until the drama teacher was like, "Where have you been this whole time?" I said, "Well, my mom and dad wouldn't let me do anything. He said, I could have got you so many scholarships, you know." And I remember doing poetry, doing Phenomenal Woman at Baptist Hospital in the foyer for everyone there for Black History.
What a poem for you to do.
Yes, it was
to even recite as a high school student.
Yes, it was a top tier moment for me. And that's when I kind of felt like, you know, that was interesting. And I didn't even know what dreams to dream, what I wanted to be. I can remember one day something happened. And I was always happy. Always this happy, go lucky, cool chick. Everybody knew, everybody liked, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on? But the cool kids, you know, they was cool kids, you know.
The cool kids.
Yeah, they was the cool kids, you know, they was cool kids, you know. And so I remember walking down the sidewalk one time, and I was crying my ass off. The saddest cry probably ever. Nobody knew. And I was struggling within myself, about things about myself. And I remember a group of kids walking towards me, and it was raining that day. And I hurry up and dry my tears because I didn't want anybody to see that I had a problem. I didn't want anybody to see that I was sad. Because we get so used to not saying what's going on and living in that secret household, that secret life, where everything's kept hush hush, you know? And so I graduated, you know, and it's crazy because because of what happened to me as a child, I'm crushed on to an extent. I don't know if people like me. You have to make it plain. Like, there was a guy, my best friend Terry's this white guy, had long hair, and Chip, this other little cool dude, I think he was 10th or 11th grade. He was younger than us. It was us. We was 3 Musketeers. Like, we was in music. We was Cool.
Yeah.
Now, this time, the only boy I could talk to, I'm a senior now. The only boy I could talk to on the phone was Terry. That was it. My dad knew this is my best friend. Okay. Well, Terry calls me up one day and says, man, Chip likes somebody. I'm like, oh, really? Oh, wow. Who's got something? He says, you know her. You know her well. I said,
You know her.
I know her. I said, what's her name? So I'm not going to tell you. He told me not to say it. I said, who? He says, her name is Avert. I'm like, Avert? Who's Avert? Who's Avert? Who is that? Do you know, I was in my early 30s when I figured it out. Early 30s. And it was treatment backwards. Early 30s. It dawned on me like, what? All that time. Girl, I probably had been married to Chip with 5 children, living in a mansion some damn well. You hear me?
Oh, my.
He was cutie patootie too. Hey, Chip.
Look at that one right there.
Hey, Chip.
Yeah.
Chip.
Yeah.
How you doing? Thank you for liking me. Yes, girl.
Wow. The dynamic of becoming your own silencer is
Ain't that that's diabolical. It is.
whoa.
Yeah.
And I can relate.
Come on.
I can relate.
Yes.
Nobody does it better than me.
Come on.
I don't know about you,
Come on.
but all the bugs want to come in the conversation.
You want to be in a podcast.
Nobody does it better than you.
Hmm.
To the point where you don't need any help.
That's right. That's right.
You don't need any help.
None.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
So what was going on in high school? Like, what was some of the music and what did y'all get into? I know you said Metallica, but like in the world, like what's happening in this moment?
So MTV, is becoming is really popular and
Yeah.
all of that stuff. And I just was in this world of I don't even know if it was wanting to be white, but I wanted an alternate reality.
Makes sense.
I did. I did. I became this person that, and I loved who I was because I love good music, rock or whatever. I love oldies.
Good music.
It's good music. I love, yes, period. I love rock. I love oldies a lot. Like I'm talking about, I'll listen to 1940s doo-wop. I have a very eclectic music taste. Very. I can listen to, there's a song I like called, it's either Sarah Vaughan or Dinah Washington. And it's basically this song called, Take Your Shoes Off. Something, it's a love song. And it's old.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
It's very soothing.
It is.
Kind of wraps its arm around.
Yes, it does.
Makes you want to just
Yes.
totally up and stay a while.
Yes.
Feel
yes.
safe.
Yes, feel safe.
Feel
It
safe.
does. Billie Holiday, I love her. I love one of my favorite songs is Girl from Ipanema.
Mm-hmm.
I love jazz. I love Coltrane, Thelonious Monk, Miles. That's jazz is if I could pick a music that would be my aura, it would be jazz. It would be my aura.
That's your story.
Yes, it does.
Those tell you stories.
It tells a story. It evokes.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
It captures moment.
Yes, it does.
Captures moment.
Yes, it does.
Hmm.
And so, of course, now there were certain TV shows I would gravitate to. Like, I love Twin Peaks. I love My So-Called Life.
My So-Called Life.
That was my show. That was my show. And I'm probably going to go back and rewatch that because it was something that she was dealing with within herself. And I think that's what kind of beckoned me to watch that and be so in depth with it. 2100 Jump Street, that was my show. I would watch that and fan it. But Malik Yoba was fine too. That was there. Girl.
Well, we had to go through the wait.
You hear me?
For that show.
And what's crazy is I'm gonna tell you, go back at 14. You know, I ended up getting an addiction to pornography.